Microphone check, 1 2 1 2. Thoughts of a Predicate winner, what it do, baby? Hey, there's a new hip-hop skeduffle that's shuffling around all over the place right now, and it's an interesting topic that I'm excited to get into. Who is the biggest rapper to come out of New York? Seems like an obvious answer to me, and that answer, in my opinion, would be 50. But even 50's teammate, from what I've been told, is struggling to come to grips with it. So let's check out what Tony Yayo's talking about on $1 Million Worth of Game, man. But before we do that, please make sure to smash that like and that subscribe button for me. It helps me to get into the algorithms. And if you like content like this, you're most certainly going to like the channel. This is what we do. We talk about hip-hop. We talk about Jesus. I know that's two totally different things, but hey, we do both around here. All right, let's check this out, man. I'm intrigued. Let's see. Hopefully this is the right place.
I think that 50 is the biggest ever came out of New York.
Yeah.
I would say, I'm just going to say there's a lot of greats that came out of New York. He's one of the greats.
No, is he the biggest ever to come out of New York?
The biggest.
The
I'm going to say this,
rapper.
I can't say that because there's a lot of rap. I could say Rakim is Big Daddy Kane.
Man, you can't say no, my man.
No. All right, so a lot of people, I can tell you off the rip, a lot of people are bashing Yayo for not giving him that respect, but Yayo's misunderstanding the question. He's taking the question as, is 50 the greatest rapper to ever come out of New York? But what they're asking is he the biggest to ever come out of New York? Which to me is undisputed. Nobody's even close. He sold like 13 million on his first album.
No, I could just say.
I'm gonna say 50.
Listen, okay, I'm gonna just say this.
I'm not saying that because from what I witnessed,
but 50
from going around the world with a
50's
nigga.
Gonna say KRS-One.
Yeah, but he gonna say
let me
that,
just
right?
say something.
But I'm talking about.
Yeah, but KRS-One isn't bigger than 50.
I'm talking about from what he did.
Nigga. We know Michael Jordan is better.
What we going on record
Michael
sale?
Jordan looked up to Dr. J.
Now, Wallow, let me ask you a
We
question.
knew Mike was better.
Let me ask.
Well, now Wallow's reframing the question. Now Wallow is hitting him with is he the best to come out of New York? Now I believe both. I believe 50 is the best to come out of New York and the biggest to come out of New York. But I'm biased. I'm a G Unit, baby. I love G Unit.
Ask y'all a question.
What I'm saying is,
let me ask you a question.
That's what I'm talking about. Record sales.
Will we basing it off of record sales?
Did anybody from New
And
York?
for those of you that don't know, this is $1 Million Worth of Game. This is a hip hop podcast. Wallow and Gilly. And the two guests is Uncle Murda and Tony Yayo. Tony Yayo, G Unit affiliate since way back in the day, literally way back in the day. When G Unit first put out their first album, Beg for Mercy, Tony Yayo was actually locked up during that point in time. Eminem came out at the Grammys with the Free Yayo t-shirt. It was this whole thing. Now, Yayo has always been the worst rapper out of the group, so he got a lot of flack, but he's still got some verses, in my opinion, and his album, Thoughts of a Predicate Felon, is where I get my channel name from because it's one of my favorite albums. I told you I'm a G Unit, baby. So growing up on Thoughts of a Predicate Felon, the album, and going through that process in my life, right, where my old thoughts were the thoughts of a felon, and then growing into this new stage in life where I've reiterated it and changed it. So I still come from that. That's still my ties. But now that I'm with Jesus, my thoughts are the thoughts of a predicate winner instead. Now you know.
Sell more records than
Biggest artist to come out of New York.
Nah. 50 sold, I think, 11.
30 million worldwide.
Yeah. 30 million records worldwide. 50 Cent. And that's what a lot of people don't realize because they perceive big as in the United States of America. Like a lot of people want to say JayZ is the biggest rapper to come out of New York. But 50 said it best on Piggy Bank. But that's only New York, homie. You're local. He wasn't talking about Jay. He was talking about Jadakiss. But it's the same principle. Like 50 is global. He's worldwide. He has worldwide dominance. He just went on, I don't know, 130, 140 show tour. The Get Rich or Die Trying tour or the Final Lap tour. I went to it. I went to the show in Atlanta. It was phenomenal. He just let off his greatest hits. It was like 2 hours of just utter commercial success dominance in hip hop. I loved it. And he puts on a really good show. He put a lot of money behind that. And he made a lot of money off of it too. But he went way further than the U.S. Even now, that album came out 20 years ago. Here we are, 20 years later, he's still selling out stadiums and arenas worldwide, globally, in different countries. JayZ, they don't even know who JayZ is. That's no disrespect to JayZ. They just don't know who JayZ is. JayZ is an icon in the U.S. because he's a hustler and he made it from nothing to something. So he's looked at and perceived as an icon in the U.S. But they don't know him overseas, bro. That's Beyonce's husband, That's not JayZ like JayZ is to culture here. 50 is bigger than life. And I attribute a lot of that success to Eminem and Dr. Dre, but for him to still be able to go on tour 20 years later and still tear it up and still sell out everywhere that he went, come on. It's not even close. JayZ can't do that. I'm sorry, he can't. He cannot. Nas cannot do that. Jadakiss, one of my favorite rappers, cannot do that. Fabulous, another one that I love, cannot do that. And, there's a lot of greats that came out of New York, like Tony's about to talk about. Like, you got LL Cool J, you got Run DMC, you got so big KRS-One. You got so many great Biggie. You got so many great artists that have come out of New York, but none of them attained the commercial success that 50 got. So when you're talking about who's bigger, nobody. No, probably the only artist from our country bigger than 50 Cent would be Eminem or Snoop Dogg. I'm not even being biased because 50's my favorite. I can't fathom. 30 million records globally. Numbers don't lie in that matter.
Yeah, but his first album was 10 million?
He sold more records than Biggie.
And man, 13 million.
Yeah, record sales 50 sold the most records. He's the biggest.
He sold more records and had more of a global impact.
So once Tony understood the question, yeah, he made the right choice.
Than a lot of rappers.
But I don't have a top 5. I got like a top 10, top 20 when it comes to rappers from New York. Like, because you got to go from the 80s to the 90s to the 2000s.
Who the biggest rapper to come out of Atlanta?
Atlanta?
Of all time.
The biggest rapper to come out of Atlanta all time? The biggest? It's got to be Ludacris. Does T.I. have the commercial success that Ludacris has? How many records has Ludacris sold worldwide?
Ludacris has sold over 24 million records worldwide.
That's right up there with 50. How many records has T.I. sold worldwide?
I found this on the web.
If she ain't even got the answer, it ain't close enough. How many records has T.I. sold worldwide? 9.8? 9.8 million. Ludacris is way bigger than Tip. And you have to attribute some of that success to Fast and Furious. So I would say out of Atlanta, it's Luda. Let's see. I'd be interested to see if they even give him a shot.
That's hard. There's a lot of big.
You would say
there's too many
Andre
rappers.
3000?
I would say Future.
No. How many records has Future sold worldwide?
Here's what I found.
It ain't there. 3 million, 2 million. Worldwide, it ain't there. It says American rapper Future, as of July of 2022, has sold more than 95 million records worldwide. I can't imagine a world where Future is bigger than Ludacris, but whatever, we'll roll with it. It might be Future.
I would say probably,
Future.
I'll probably say Andre 3000 and them. And
He said rapper.
He stopped. He stopped.
He was with the group.
Future's still going.
It's not 3 Stacks, bro. If anything, you have to say Outkast. Which, in all honesty, how many records has Outkast sold worldwide?
Outkast has sold more than 25 million records worldwide.
25 million, dude. It's Future. It said 95 milli. Wow, that actually blows my mind.
Still going. He been hot for
but he started way before Future too. So they don't.
But
That's what I'm saying.
know.
You saying that they
To still be relevant this long, Future got some.
Now look, what are we basing it on?
Like
He's big.
relevant. Like
He is.
like
Are they
new
basing
art.
it on relevance?
So
Then
you would put Future in front of JayZ and T.I. and
Pass the week.
because of
yeah. All right. But no, I think that the argument is settled, bro. 50 Cent is the biggest rapper to come out of New York. And for the sake of the argument, we'll say Future is the biggest rapper to come out of Atlanta, even though I think that I can't imagine a world where he is bigger than Ludacris worldwide. Unless I'm just completely out of touch. And I'm from the South, bro. I'm from Savannah, Georgia. Atlanta's my cousin. And I like Future. But I can't imagine. Everybody knows Luda. Everybody knows 50. Everybody knows Nelly. Everybody knows Eminem. Everybody knows Snoop. That's kind of the five right there. Nelly, 50, Ludacris, Snoop, Eminem. That's got to be the five biggest rappers ever. So I can't imagine Future. Maybe he's just dominated because of streaming. Because y'all know how the streaming services go, bro. Like you get, that's a headache to even think about. Well, ask E.T., bro. I don't know, man. I don't know who the biggest to come out of Atlanta is, but it's got to be Luda. It's got to be Ludacris. But nah, I would definitely say that 50 Cent is the most certainly the biggest to come out of New York. And I don't think that it's even close. So that's my 2 pennies, bro. That's or should I say 2 quarters. And that's it. But I do because people are talking crazy about Yayo. Like, yo, how's that your man's? And he's literally, and he won't even say it. He just misunderstood the question at first, but once he processed the question correctly, he was like, oh yeah, it's got to be 50. So Yayo didn't do nothing wrong there. Nah, Yayo's one of the most loyal people on earth. He's loyal to a fault, literally. So it is what it is. But yeah, 50 is the biggest to come out of New York, and that is my final answer. And it's not debatable. It's not debatable. All right. And that's it, bro. I'll see y'all on the next one, all right? Peace.